On Saturday, January 26th, the Eleanor Roosevelt High School Raiders swam against the Bowie Bulldogs.
Bowie is technically our rival school, so it's always so much more like spirited and everybody's kind of in the groove for it, and it's always a lot of fun.
While the Raiders love to compete, the coach and team encourage camaraderie, sportsmanship, and an attitude that meets you where you are.
Big thing is it's encouraging other kids, not just your own teammates, but you encourage everyone to swim because everyone wants to do really well, and it's fun when everybody does well.
It's less about the competition and more about just like being with your team and being with each other. I think a lot of people don't know that. You don't have to be good to be on the team.
Some of the best races are the guys that are coming in 6th and 7th. Why? Because they're neck and neck, back and forth, versus sometimes maybe the faster guys are too fast. There's not a big race, but some of the slower races, that gets people really involved. Well, I may not be the fastest, but I can really contribute to the team in every aspect, and that's what it's all about.
On the night before the Bowie meet, the Raiders maintain a long-standing tradition.
That's our annual pasta potluck, and we always have it before the Bowie meet because it's our biggest meet.
Someone hosts a party at their house for the full team, and we sort of carb load for fun. We have a bunch of pasta, bread, candy, soda, and then we come here in the morning and swim as fast as we can.
For some seniors, this would be the moment they say farewell to competitive swimming.
The most important thing about this being my senior season is that I just want to go out strong, spend a great few years, and I want to end on a good note.
The Raider boys lost their meet, but the Raider girls won.
Keep going, keep going, go!
I love this team and this school. It's been a great 4 years.
Swim team's just a lot of fun.
Andy Z here with the Greenbelt Minute.
Hello and welcome to another What's Coming Up Next at the Old Greenbelt Theater. Kelly is here to tell us about this week, and I have no idea what's coming up yet, so I will be extra surprised. Go ahead.
Awesome. So this week we're doing another 3 Oscar movie run. We're kicking it off with Vice. It's the kind of biopic written and directed by Adam McKay. About Dick Cheney and the Bush administration, and my favorite part is that Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney, which seems
unrecognizable.
In keeping with his very weird choices on roles he wants to play. It's a really fascinating. I mean, it's incredible watching the trailer alone. It's just fascinating to watch him embody Dick Cheney. So absolutely, you can come out and see why he's nominated for Best Actor. It's one of the best feature film nominees, so we're continuing that run. We still owe you guys Green Book, but
down to one.
Otherwise we've gotten them all in. So we're kicking it off with Vice, and then we've got 2 of the best foreign language films running this weekend. The first one is Cold War. It's Poland's official nomination to the Academy Awards, and it's just a love story set in post-war Poland. My favorite part of the work we do in the background has been there are so many languages spoken in the film that we just have been putting subtitles in English on things because it's Czech, Polish, Russian, Slavic.
Do they change the colors between what?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Sometimes I've seen that, but yeah, I like to know when it's like completely a different language.
Yeah, I'm excited. My family is Polish heritage, so I'm excited to see this film this weekend.
Cool,
yeah, absolutely. And then the other is Shoplifters. It's the Japanese entry to the Academy Awards, another contender for Best Foreign Film. And it's a beautiful family drama about this family that makes their living by shoplifting, but then they come across a little girl who's been abandoned, or they think she's been abandoned, and they take her in, and it's kind of the story that ensues after that happens, and they've made her a part of their family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those all sound great.
They are. They're all really interesting, very different, very different.
Very
each
different,
one.
yeah.
So yeah, we've got 3 great films. We'll be rotating them just like we have the last few weeks, and it's just a great chance to see some more Oscar contenders.
Great. So, what else do we have coming up?
We are showing Sunday and Monday, so that's February 10th and February 11th. We'll be showing, as part of our Stage on Screen series, we've got Salvador Dali, In Search of Immortality. It's a really in-depth documentary about Salvador Dali himself and also Gala, who's kind of his muse and inspiration throughout his career. It was actually, the documentary was put together by the Gala Dali Foundation, so it's the keepers of kind of his history and everything put this documentary together. So we're really excited to be bringing it to you. Just kind of seeing inside, you know, man, the myth, the legend, you know,
right.
So getting to know Dali a little bit more.
Yeah, and artists are so mysterious, so it's always interesting
Yeah.
to find out more.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's going to be showing Sunday, February 10th at 8 p.m. and then Monday, February 11th at 1 p.m. Yeah, so that's what we're showing in our Stage on Screen series. Then starting next Friday, so that's Friday, February 15th, we are showing all of the Oscar shorts. I'm so excited. As a film buff myself, shorts are so much fun. They're really kind of the testing grounds for new filmmakers and everything like that. So you get some really great, interesting stuff. So we're going to be showing a rotating schedule of the short live action, short animated films, and also the short form documentaries. So we'll have a rotating schedule. It's only here for 1 week. You can only see them in very select theaters. So, you know, make your plans to come out because, you know, it's really hard to catch these.
Yeah, definitely. And for those with short attention spans.
It's great, yeah. And what I think a lot of people just like in the middle of the Oscars, they start giving away the shorts awards, and people just kind of like, I don't know what these are.
I've never seen these, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That
so
happens to me every year.
Yeah, it's your chance to also enjoy the Oscars a little bit more because you'll be totally informed on all the shorts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. So do we have anything else?
We do have a free screening on Saturday, February 16th. We're doing this in conjunction with the Dora Kennedy French Immersion School. We are showing a movie called Ernest and Celestine, and we'll be showing it in French with English subtitles, and it'll be free, and we're doing it with the Dora Kennedy French Immersion School. So we're really excited. It should be a lot of fun.
That's where I went when it was still Robert
Oh,
Goddard,
there you go. So yeah, we're really excited. It's going to be really fun. So come out, support us, support the French Immersion School, and see a really neat foreign film. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like we have a lot of like worldly, different things coming out this week.
And this week is your last chance to vote in our OGT Pixie Oscars. So head to our website. It's on our website. You can come. You can vote for who you think should win the Oscars. We're gonna start announcing next weekend our, you know, the OGT Oscars and who would win. Right now, my favorite is Rami Malek, is like blowing past all the other Best Actor.
That's great.
I think it might have something to do with showing Bohemian Rhapsody this week, but you know.
Yeah, so maybe whatever you show last is gonna.
Yeah. Christian Bale will take over after this week. So yeah, it's really great. We're gonna do this, see who you think, and then once the Oscars are actually announced, the people who have the closest ballot will get free tickets to come see a movie.
I was gonna ask if there are prizes.
There are prizes, yeah, but we want you to pick who you think should win, not try and guess the academies, because we really, really want to kind of put out who we think are the best. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, okay, it sounds like we have a lot to look forward to as usual. Thank you for telling us all about this. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
What do you say? I want you to be my VP. I want you. You're my vice.
Well, George, I'm the CEO of a large company. And I have been Secretary of Defense. And I have been White House Chief of Staff. The Vice Presidency is a mostly symbolic job. However, if we came to a different understanding, I can handle the more mundane jobs, overseeing bureaucracy, military, energy, and foreign policy.
Yeah, right. I like that.
I got a plan. I know the direction, the lay of the land.
When you have power, people will always try to take it from you, always.
Nothing can break me down. I'm the man.
Are you even more ruthless than you used to be?
Right hand to God, first in command. My testimony, but I take the stand. Who's the man? 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 I'm the man.
So we gonna do this thing or what? I mean, is this happening?
I believe we can make this work.
Hot damn.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
Cold War, directed, written, and masterminded by Paweł Pawlikowski, is a beautiful Polish film and one of the best films I've seen in a while. All I knew about it ahead of time was that it was a love story. But watching it, love is not the emotion I felt. Reading the summary from the press kit, which uses the phrase condemned to each other, is the most apt description. The two lovers in this film are obsessive, and it feels almost like their attraction to one another is their purgatory. It's almost as oppressive and doomed as the landscape of Stalinist Poland where it's set. Every bit of the film plays into this concept, from the main storyline to the 4x3 black and white square it's shot in. At first I thought those were just artistic choices to make the film feel more authentic to the Cold War era, which it does, but in the end I started realizing how much the aspect ratio and desaturation of color felt so intrinsically entwined with the love story itself. It begins with some establishment of Poland through folk music sung by different people on screen. That's another beautiful and subtle element of this film. All of the music is diegetic. We know where it's coming from, and it all plays significant importance to the unfolding of the film's story. This leads into a music school where we're told that only the best get through. Now, I don't know about you, but that's the kind of opening that gets me really excited. I tend to classify this as the magical school trope, which is one of the best ways to get people immediately aligned with a protagonist. Kind of like Harry Potter, where something unique about a character, in this case Zula, gets them into an elite academy, and we get to see them succeed in a self-contained world separated from the outside, until they inevitably have to face the horrors of the world beyond its walls. What I love is that Zula is not just her voice. She's a complex mercurial character who's strong-willed and passionate, but also impulsive and pessimistic. Victor, a composer and professor at the school whom she falls in love with, seems completely ill-suited for her from the start. He's an idealist who wants to escape to the creative freedom of France and enjoys that freedom immensely, but can't shake his almost captive desire to be with her, whereas Zula is lost and empty in the indulgence outside her homeland. The story spans across decades and leaves the viewer to fill in many of the blanks while they're apart. But they're constantly drawn back to one another, and in the process, drawn back to places that breed discontent and situational grief for one or the other. Without getting any deeper into the plot, every bit of this film feels so deliberate in weaving this narrative of love and woe. I highly recommend the film to anyone who thinks they hate romance movies. Those are my thoughts on Cold War. See you next time!
Dwa serduszka, cztery oczy, ojojoj, co płakały we dnie w nocy, ojojoj. Czarne oczka, co płaczecie, że się spotkać nie możecie, że się spotkać nie możecie. Mnie matura zakazała, ojojoj, żebym chłopca nie kochała, ojojoj. A ja chłopca chaps za szyję, będę kochać póki żyję, będę kochać póki żyję.
It was the last day of the longest government furlough ever, and one of the ways Greenbelt showed its support was by drumming.
It reduces stress, it reduces anxiety, it increases endorphins, it gives people social resilience because they're actually connecting not only to themselves through the drum and our own biorhythms, think about our pulse and our breath, but they're connecting with the people around them too. We then start coming into sync with everyone else in the circle. So the more we drum together, the more we all come together in sync, in the groove, and we are all then entrained as one.
Meanwhile, the Greenbelt Community Church hosted a potluck for furloughed workers.
Even though they've gotten their signal to go back to work, we figure they still need the support at this time.
While it was happening, no one could tell how long it would be till the next paycheck, and that caused a lot of stress.
You don't want to spend anything, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to, because the unknown. I mean, how many paychecks can go without, right?
It's a really scary time to think that one person can kind of terrorize us to this extent.
Being the pawn, being the monkey in the middle, it wonders, why am I doing this job?
For middle managers, the stress went beyond finances to having to make choices they'd rather not make.
So I had to make decisions about who could work and who couldn't, which is who can get paid and who can't. And that was awful. I felt like I was a terrible position to be put into.
And the people who on the lower end of the pay scale, like the TSA agents, I wondered how you do it. If you're working, you got childcare, and transportation expense is not being covered by the subsidy, how are they handling that?
Whether reaching out with food or with music, Greenbelters helped their neighbors.
I think if we kind of stick together and help each other, then we can get through it a lot better.
Andy Z here with the Greenbelt Minute.
All right, why don't you introduce yourself, John?
All right, so I'm John Meeker and I play Bob Martindale, and this...
I am Rhonda Anstead and I play Millie Martindale, Bob's adoring wife.
You most of the time.
Sometimes.
So Bob Martindale runs the U.S. State Department in the 1950s, where he's charged with the Red Scare and rooting out communism and communist sympathizers, until one night when his boss comes over and suddenly he's charged with rooting out the sexual deviants in the U.S. State Department, including homosexuals and sexually promiscuous women, and just fabulousness in general.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
So is that how you would summarize the entire play? I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's truly, it's a 1950s I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke Show kind of
with
sitcom.
A twist.
Right, with actual feelings and emotions behind it, which is very different than what you saw on television.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, no laugh tracks.
No, well, we'll have hopefully some audience laughter.
That's true. We're planting people.
Yeah. So what is your favorite part of this show?
So I think that I love the progress that each character makes, and where you really have to grapple what's most important. Is it keeping up the facade? Is it fitting in? Or is it living your authentic life and being true to yourself? And that is something that's really important to me as a person, and to have a play that grapples with that, I think is amazing. Yeah.
They can expect a great evening. They can expect a lot of humor. I don't think anybody is going to sit in a seat here and not laugh a lot.
We will have you laughing right up until you cry at the end.
That's
so
exactly
come see
right.
it.
That's exactly right.
Copying animation. Animation created by kids.
Since 1998, the Greenbelt Association for the Visual Arts, GAVA, and Greenbelt Access Television, GATE, have offered GAVA GATE animation classes for youth 10 and above. Our shorts have screened at more than 80 film festivals worldwide and have garnered many youth filmmaker awards. Winter classes start in January 2019. Contact Mr. Geo, George Koschel, GATE's animation facilitator, for more information.
Today, we bring you the first part of our global broadcast exclusive conversation.
The streets of Tahrir have once again been filled. People are chanting against Shafiq, chanting against the...
Key issues here at the United Nations Climate Change Conference remain unresolved, including the future of the Kyoto Protocol.
The forests of central India and the protesters in Wall Street are connected by a big pipeline.
Kenneth Chamberlain, the 68-year-old veteran, fatally shot by police in his own home. He was proud to be a Marine.
At every block, police are saying to the protesters to move further and further away.
I'm Amy Goodman.
And I'm Juan Gonzalez.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!
Democracy Now! Plays on GATE at 7 p.m. every weekday. Greenbelt Access Television, Comcast 77, Verizon 19. Have any comments or questions? Please contact us at greenbeltaccess@gmail.com or give us a call at 301-507-6581.
Is your heart on fire for the best in entertainment? Join host William Powell, also known as the King of DC Media, as he takes you down the red carpet and gives you the inside scoop on film premieres, festivals, and stage shows in the DMV. Inside Acting is a show created to show you the inner workings of film, theater, and TV. Watch the Inside Acting TV show Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m.
You're watching GATE, Greenbelt Access Television. FiOS, Channel 19, Comcast, Channel 77. Greenbelt's community television station.